I know how to act right. It got to the point where my mother would tell me not to go see him, and I would walk out the house anyway because I was afraid of how he was going to react, not my mother. I was afraid of how he was going to react. This was a person who wouldn't even let me tie my own shoes because he didn't want me to be bending over. He didn't want me to bend over. I wasn't allowed to have friends. He was very, very jealous. Clothes, I started wearing really, really baggy stuff, really baggy t-shirts. I've always been small, but I was really small in high school. And so I was wearing like double X, and I was probably a size 0 when I was in high school. So I was wearing double X, stuff falling off, looking a hot mess, you know. But that's the way he liked it. It got to a place where I really wasn't doing my hair, you know. And he actually had people that were looking out to see what I had on. The few times I decided to dress really cute, they would be some of my friends, the girls, my girlfriends. What are you wearing? You know he's not going to want you to wear that. They would give me a t-shirt. This is what's happening. We think they're stupid. They're not stupid. They know how to orchestrate things just so in order to make it be the way that they want it to be. That's what dating abuse is about. That's what unhealthy relationships are about. It's about controlling you, making you, trying to wield you and control everything that you do. So this one particular time, my mother told me not to leave the house. I left because, again, he told me to leave. And I went to the local gym. Because we were on a military base, we used the gym for all of our activities. And there was a section in between the walls, probably about, it wasn't very big because we kept mats there, they kept the volleyball equipment, basketball stuff behind there. So when I went there, he was kind of interning during the summer. And when I went there, he took me back behind there. Homeboy wanted to have sex back there. First of all, it's dusty. Okay? It's really nasty back here. I have on white shorts. Don't ask me why I had on white shorts because I was on my monthly, but for some reason you do crazy stuff when you're young. So he takes me back there, he wants to do that. And of course I'm like, ew, no. I guess I was bougie back then. People say I'm bougie now, but I was bougie back then. I was like, ew, it's nasty back here, I was like, I'm not going to lay on this mat. It's a round mat. How you gonna lay on the mat? You're gonna fall off anyway. It was just stupid. That goes to show how much respect he had for me to even ask me to do that, first of all. And for me, I should have turned around and walked out because I'm sure some of you guys are like, why did she just walk out? Isn't that what some of the teens and stuff, isn't that what you're saying? Why did she just walk away? Why didn't I walk away? I felt like this is who defined me and made me who I was at the time. So I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. And so he kept going back and forth. And finally I just said, I'm on my period. And he says to me, instead of him being like, oh, okay, cool. He was like, well, everybody stinks sometimes. How much respect did he have for me? None. And honestly, listening to my story, I know you're thinking it's disgusting, it's just deplorable. There are girls that are going through much worse than that today. They come into my office between classes. I teach in a middle school now. They're coming in my office, guys are passing them from one to another at the same time. Respect yourself. Respect yourself. Love does not leave bruises. And it doesn't have to be physical, emotional. It doesn't hurt you like that. So I didn't do it. And he acted like he was okay with it, so we walked back out to the common area, which was the actual gym. And like I said, I thought he was fine. Next thing I know, he pins me up against the wall and starts choking me. He actually lifts me off the ground and is holding me with one hand. And I'm staring at him. Well, first I try to laugh it off. I'm like, I'm like choking here. I'm trying to laugh it off. He's biting his tongue. And his tongue is actually turning purple. I'm looking at him like, in my mind I'm going, what's going on? Like, is this really serious? I'm like, this is a person that I love. We've been together now going on almost 2 years. At this time I'm almost 16. This is not happening. Nobody stopped him. There were adults in the gym. There were other students in the gym. People kept playing basketball, kept singing, whatever they were doing. Nobody stopped it. And it didn't help that we were right next to the manager's little booth area. So I'm here. This is the opening right here. Nobody stopped it. And I would like to tell you, well, finally what happened was he just kind of let me go. He laughed about it and walked off. I'd like to tell you that I was strong enough to say, you know what, you will never put your hands on me again. But I wasn't. Thankfully, he left me alone because I didn't want to have sex in that nasty public place. And when he did come back, I was strong enough to resist and say no. How did I get strong enough? It was because of my mother. And I'm not saying that just because we're here at a mother's retreat. It was because of my mother's love. My mother noticed that I was always running to the phone. She noticed I was not dressing like I used to dress. I was not hanging around my friends anymore. He didn't want me to be around my friends. I had to choose between